this evening.
Yeah, thanks. Recording the session. Thank you, Jennifer. Please go ahead.
That's absolutely fine. Thank you all for joining us tonight. It is a beautiful night. I'm in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm with Netlaw, and I'm going on 10 years here with Netlaw. And I really appreciate you joining us this evening to learn about our platform. Um, I'm going to break the first rule that he asked us to do. He asked us to please be on camera. I was in an accident, and I'm not going to be on camera tonight. So just wanted to let you know that I'm not being rude. I'm actually saving your eyeballs. So let me go ahead and pull up our presentation that we have for you.
Sure.
And we're just going to go ahead and just jump right in. We're going to take a question and answer session at the end. So I'll just run through this presentation for everybody and then just let us know what your questions are. We're here to help. So, what is Netlaw? We are a technology company, and what we do is we have software that's been created by attorneys for the people and by IT. So this is a state-specific platform. We have an attorney located in every state, and whenever there's a change in the law in the state that they represent, they connect with our IT team and our legal team and make sure that your documents are always going to be current. It is a one-time fee with NetLaw. It's a lifetime plan. So you're always going to have those state-specific documents. We received the James Keene Award for Innovative Excellence for the American Bar Association, which we're very, very proud of. So you know that our documents are legal documents. This is a page that we're going to stay on for just a few minutes. This is what is inside of our plan. Don't know if I need to move this picture or not. Um, so what is inside this plan, the first thing you have is your last will and testament. A very important document. This is going to give you guardianship, and it's going to describe how you want your assets to be divided when you pass away. It does come with a children's trust. So if you have minors in the home, you as a parent can decide when you want your children to receive their inheritance should something tragic happen to the parents prior to the children turning 18. So if you have, so you have all at 21, all at 25, it goes all the way up to the age of 35. So you as parents can decide how to delay their inheritance so it makes it last longer. You of course get your durable financial power of attorney. This is a person, it's a living document. This is a person and people that you can nominate that in the event that you have a stroke or get dementia or Alzheimer's, if for any reason you cannot manage your money, then you're nominating someone that can go into the bank, that can pay your bills with your bank account. And this is an extremely important document. We have all of your healthcare documents, which to me are so important. Everybody has different ways that they want to spend their end of days. Do you want to live on nature or science? Do you want to be an organ donor? And that's what the purpose of these documents are. Then, of course, you have your HIPAA. In 1996, there was a law passed in the United States that your medical is your private business. You don't even have to share with your own spouse if you don't want to. So your HIPAA, someone has to be on your HIPAA in order to know about your health care. So let's say that you are in a hospital situation. The doctor comes in to talk about your health care. Everybody on that in that room needs to be on the HIPAA or they'll have to leave the room because by law they're not allowed to know about your health care because you did not give them permission. Then, of course, you have your living will. This is going to decide again how you want your nature or science, if you're permanently unconscious, how you want to live those end of days. We do offer a pet trust. A lot of people think that's silly if they don't have pets, but think if you have a farm or if you have cattle or horses. Of course, you have your family pet that you want to make sure you're taking care of after you pass away, so you can designate a caretaker and you can leave money for your pets. And now we come to what we call the meat and potatoes, if you will, of our revocable living trust. What this is going to do is this is going to keep you from going to probate. If you're a homeowner, the first thing that happens when you pass away is, first of all, all your assets are frozen. Your bank accounts are frozen, and this is terribly horrible for the family. They're trying to move forward after they have lost a loved one, and with all these things frozen, they're not able to. Now they have to rely on the government to put you through probate. And what probate is, it's for the creditors. They want to know, it's not about how much or how little you have. The creditors get paid first. So when you have a revocable living trust, you're able to nominate an executor who does those logistical things. And then you have your trustee who's going to handle your money. They're going to, um, when you pass away, they're going to open up a bank account in the name of your trust. They're going to begin forwarding your mail so that they can get those bills, as soon as possible. If you had a lot of medical bills, say at the end of your life, these things need to come and get paid as soon as possible. What your trustee is going to do is they're going to call all of your creditors, let them know that they have the death certificate for this person, and will you write this bill off for this family? And when I say 85% of companies will write that off, I'm not kidding. They get a really nice tax credit, and that's the reason why, why they do that. So they get a nice tax credit, and then that means that the family does not have to absorb that bill. If there are companies that will not write it off altogether, they'll typically negotiate. So if it's $100 that you owe, maybe you can say, I'll pay 10 cents on the dollar, or whatever it is, your trustee is going to negotiate these things for you. And so that's the bulk of what our package is. Um, there are so many reasons why you would need to make changes to your documents. If any, life is very, very fluid, and for all the reasons that are popping up all over the screen, that would be another reason to go back to the attorney and pay them again and make a change. But with the Netlaw plan, you just sit down and you make those changes. You add your loved ones. It's just the most wonderful way to be able to protect your legacy. So people wonder why estate planning is so important, because without a will, the state is going to decide everything. Um, think of all the people that just passed away, even from 2020 from COVID. There are families that are still waiting in the queue to go into probate. And that's been 5 years now going on 2026. This is a long time for families to wait to have this happen, to get through probate. By now, they've lost their homes because they haven't been able to make payments because the bank accounts are frozen. Maybe the family isn't able to continue to keep that house afloat. So it's tragic how many things, go by the wayside when you don't have full control. Picking a guardian for your child, that's something that, of course, everybody doesn't even need to know how important that is. If you do not have a guardian in place, then the court is going to decide who's going to take care of your children. We want them to be raised by people that are going to love them. In our faith, with our moral value, we're of course going to pick a family that can, that is going to be the perfect fit. The government is going to look at things like, what is their debt? What is, do they have a big enough house? Is it a two-parent house? What is the school district? There are all these other things that go into the judge making a decision on who's going to raise your children. And they're not thinking of the things that we as parents are thinking about. So we absolutely need to take care of our children, obviously. If there is a tragedy, goodness forbid, and the children are left with no parents before the age of 18, that is extreme turmoil for the family. We touched base on avoiding probate court, and that is so big. I encourage you to Google the word probate and find out even more than, knowledge than what we're just providing you here. We just want to make sure that you are in control. You have a will and a trust in place, so you're letting your family know, they're just going to go by your wishes. They're not making decisions for you. They're going to be just going by the wishes that you have set in place when you get the Netlaw plan. Um, I'm very proud that I'll be 65 this year, and my medical power of attorney is very important to me. I do not want to live on science. I want to live on nature. I've had a beautiful life, and if that should happen, I'm ready when the good Lord calls me. So I don't want to be on machines. I want to live on nature, not science. But that's my choice. I want to be an organ donor if that's possible. But that's again my choice. So you want to make sure that your family is aware of what your choices are. So you're going to have these conversations with family, and then you can, let them know what your feelings are. It's a very personal plan. It is very conversational. Anytime the subject comes up of wills or trust, you'll have something to add to the conversation because you did get a net law plan. You're not going in probate, your assets are not frozen, and your family knows exactly what to do. We're responsible for our own selves, and we want to make sure that we're not making our family make these decisions for us. Many families have been faced with, do we need to pull the plug on our loved one? And that is that is a horrible thing for a family to have to go to or go through. Maybe it's in their best interest, but it always leaves something really not, sitting so well. So when you have, gotten the net law plan, you are in control of everything, and your family knows exactly what they're going to be doing. I put my new phone number, well, it's a few months old now. I put my phone number in the chat there and my email address. I'm still sharing, aren't I? I put my phone number, my email, and my hours are from 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 8:30 Eastern, Monday through Friday. If you wanted to connect on a one-on-one, we can certainly do that. Reach out to whoever invited you to the session. We can do a three-way call. We can do a one-on-one, whatever it is that you need. I do have one more thing that I do want to share with you, and that is our Special Needs Trust. I'm going to pull that up very briefly just so that you guys can see that we do have a Special Needs Trust. What our Special Needs Trust is, hang on one second. What our Special Needs Trust does is if you have a special needs individual in your home, um, and they are I'm not sharing it. Hang on. I'm so sorry. One second. If you have someone in your home that is that's receiving government assistance, that government assistance would be interrupted if you will someone um, more than $2,000. So that being said, people are not going to be able to live on $2,000 for the rest of their life. So our special needs trust is going to protect them from losing those benefits. Government programs like Social Security, Medi-Cal, Medicaid, these are reasons that someone would want to get a special needs trust. Again, if you leave more than $2,000 to your child when you pass away, they're going to lose those benefits. Typically, they're not going to be giving you a lot of money, from the SSI, SSDI. Sometimes they're getting education. We have a lot of children that are on the spectrum of autism in this last few years, and some are more high functioning than others. But we just want to make sure that they are able to continue to receive these benefits after we pass away. So there is much more to know about our Special Needs Trust. I just wanted to introduce it to you. If you do know someone that is in that situation, the Netlaw plan is what they call a third-party trust, meaning that there's no restrictions, there's no limits. It's giving you full protection. There are other special needs trusts out there in the world by, other lawyers and things, able accounts, spendthrift accounts, and when you start diving in, you'll see more and more. But they have minimums and maximums. So how you get a special needs trust, you don't have to be wealthy. You'll just connect with one of these people that has invited you, and we can connect on a one-on-one to go over your own situation. So, um, that's basically what I wanted to share with you this evening, but I know that there are questions, a lot of questions that people have. Um, you can choose an executor. You choose your executor, your trustee, your guardians. You're the one that's choosing all those things. The executor is the person that is going to get the ball started. When you pass away, they're going to get the death certificate. They're going to call the family. They're going to call the DMV, the Social Security. There's a logistical list, and I've got a huge list of things that these executors are going to be doing. And we did touch base on what the trustee does. They're handling the money. So you've got, and it can be the same person. Um, my my son is my executor, my trustee, and my beneficiary. So he's kind of got the whole ball of wax. And if he can't do it, then of course the net law plan is going to give you you know, every time you're asked the first question, you're going to be asked that exact same question again in the form of a backup plan, and that's what they call a successor. If you do not have someone in this country that you're going to be able to call on to be a guardian or a trustee or an executor, you can nominate someone that is international as well. we don't all have somebody right here to help us, and we get that. So go ahead and I don't know if Condo, do you want them to, or Vilas, do you want them to raise their hand or shout out? How do you want to conduct the
Yeah,
meeting there?
yes.
So
Uh,
whoever wants to, yeah, they
Yeah,
can
thank
raise
you
their.
so much, Jennifer, for the valuable information. You only not only will and trust, you added the special need trust also. Thank you so much for the information.
Welcome.
Yeah, who are in the Zoom session, please raise your hand or you can unmute yourself and talk. Just announce your name and ask the question.
Hi, this is Sajan here. So
Sure.
I'm new to this whole process of will and trust setup. So my question would be, in an event happens, right? How this will trigger, right? How do anyone know that, okay, there is a will that I've written 25 years ago, and who executes it? Who take the lead? Do I have to have someone from my family that should be knowing even after 25 years, or somebody is there to execute all those things automatically, even if I don't do anything about it?
So you're going to communicate with your family that you've got the Netlaw plan, that you have your plans in place,
Hmm.
um, and then they're going to know what to do because you've educated them. You're going to tell
Hmm.
them where your hard copies are. We
Hmm.
also have 15 gigabytes of space inside the Netlaw plan in your My
Hmm.
Files.
Hmm.
You could put anything you want in there. You upload your notarized documents in the event that there's a flood or a fire or a hurricane, all the craziness that's going on right now. Let
Hmm.
your family know where those documents are. And if they cannot be found, if you've uploaded your notarized documents into the My Files, you can they can always be pulled back out. If you're still living, you can download print. You don't have to notarize again. They're perfect. Um, so you can do that. If you can't find it and the person's already passed away, reach out to Netlaw because IT can go in the back office and see if you uploaded notarized documents. If they're uploaded and they're notarized, we can share those with the family. If they're not notarized, we can't share them with the family. So make sure that you do that. You can also put family pictures in there, family recipes, photographs, anything you want to put in there. Old movies, anything that you can
No,
upload.
so sorry to interject.
Oh
So
yeah.
I get that the concept of having my documents so secured in a vault. Are we saying that I have to share them right now when I have this set it up to
No, no,
my
not at all.
friends? Okay, no, so that's done.
No, you're
Now,
just educating your family that this is where, that
okay,
you have done these documents. Some
so
people already
they
have
they
bought it.
have to then reach out to you, or is there anyone who is automatically going to check if there is a bill written?
So I was just letting you know about the My Files and the vault so that that's the final backup plan.
Okay.
You're preparing, you did all your work, you did all that data entry into the state specific plan, and you have your documents in place, they're notarized, and now you're just educating your family that they don't need to
Mhm.
fret, they don't need to worry. You've already provided all this for them.
Okay. So
I
in
think your
case of
question was
say,
who will know? Who will know?
exact,
Because typically,
yeah,
the family knows. The family knows, and then they get the ball rolling.
the family has to know, right? Like say for example, in case of both the parents, right, and there are only kids and the relatives, they might be knowing, okay, there is this Netlaw where I have written the will, right? But what else they should be knowing at this point? Should they be actually seeing the will? Should they be having the credentials? So how do they get even an access to net law? Because they
So they
know
don't
it is
actually
there. Hmm.
they don't actually need to connect with NetLaw. I was just
Hmm.
saying that the last case, worst case scenario is you have the backup. So my family knows I have my documents. Everybody knows where they are. They're in a 3-ring binder in my office at home. That's kind of
Hmm.
where I put everything in 3-ring binders. Some people
Okay.
put them in the file cabinet. You're just going to connect with your family, let them know
Okay.
where they
Okay.
can find the documents. And Sajjan, you're going to ask those people, will you be my executor? Will you be
Hmm.
my trustee? Will you be my guardian? And then they're going to answer you yes or no. And if they're going to be that individual, let them know, you were nominated and the documents are notarized. Um,
Okay.
if they're guardianship, we have guardianship paperwork to give that you will give to the people that are, nominated as guardians. You can
Hmm.
nominate as many guardians as you want. and you will provide guardianship to each and every person you've nominated. This is going to make sure that after you're gone, in the event that they need to receive or transfer your children to another caregiver, they have to have these documents to do so. So you're
Okay.
making all these preparations, and then there you go.
So I do have a document that I will get to keep with myself, hard copies, notarized, sealed, or done by verified by whomever, and that is going to be used by my relatives.
Yes.
Okay. And if in case they don't, they Netlaw can pull it up from the vault.
I mean, like I said, if your family knows where they are and they cannot be located, that's your last
Okay. Okay.
that
Okay.
you always have that final, that final thing. If you've uploaded them as notarized documents, they can be provided in the event of an emergency. But you don't need an emergency really, because you've communicated with your family where everything is, so it goes much smoother.
Okay. And in case if just a hypothetical situation, if Netlaw merges into something called ABC company, do we have to know, or is it all going to be seamless to us? We don't have to know about it.
Um, Honestly, we're not going anywhere.
I know, I know, I
But
know,
yeah,
I know.
there's always, that's a good question. I mean,
Right.
these things do happen. People merge or they, whatever. We're always going to make sure that you're taken care of, I promise you.
Yeah, I think these were my general questions, but yeah.
Okay.
Thank you,
Okay,
Thanks
thank
Sajan.
for the
you,
time
Sajan.
and the invite.
See,
Yeah.
we'll give more information, Sajan. Let's wait for a couple of more questions. Vijaya raised the hand and Trinath raised the hand, and we'll come back to Sajan. Vijaya, please go ahead for your question.
Yes, hi.
Hi.
Thank you for the information. And just I have three questions. Number one being, if at all we start the process, is it that we are going to meet one of you from your office personally? Because I'm located in New Jersey. Is that how we start the process?
So how you start the process is you're going to connect with the person that invited you. They're going
Mm-hmm.
to send you an invitation, and then you're going to, Vilas is going to go over all that as well. Once you have the Netlaw plan, you have help. This is foreign to everybody. I still learn something new every day at my job. I think that's why I love it so much. It's never boring. But there's a chat located in the upper right-hand corner. We're open 12 hours a day, Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Eastern Standard Time. Um, so, you have help through the chat, and you've got my email, my phone number. You can text that phone as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
we got rid of that big clunky phone system. We want to communicate the way people want to communicate these days, and people want to text. So you can send me a text if you just have a question, and I can be right there for you. Like again, we're open 8:30 to 8:30 to service you, Monday through Friday.
Okay, thank you. The second question I have is generally how long does this process take? I mean, to begin with, and say we choose to have like four or five of the things that you've mentioned in your slide. How cumbersome is this whole process of getting the documentation ready, and any estimate of generally how long does it take?
It's an amazing plan. When you log into the Netlaw plan, like I mentioned earlier, I'm on the other side of 50, and that usually means not really tech savvy. And I love this plan. You're just adding your contact details, your contact people, who are the people that are going to be receiving a gift, meaning a specific bequest. You're going
Mm-hmm.
to give them something, or someone that's going to do a job, like your executor or your trustee or your guardian. You're
Mm-hmm.
entering those people's names, and then moving forward from there, you're entering their names, and then it's just going to be questions. And there's a breakdown of each question on the right-hand side.
Mm-hmm.
We know you don't know what these words are and what this stuff means, so we're letting you know, we're guiding you. So that question will be broken down, and you're just going to pick the person that's going to do that, that's going to receive that gift, or that's going to receive that portion of your home, or that's
Mm-hmm.
going to do that job for you. It's really straightforward. If we have time later, maybe I can show you the overview of the plan so you can see how super streamlined it is. But it's really, really, really streamlined. It takes about 20 minutes to enter your details. unless you have a lot of properties and you have a lot of assets that you're dividing, depending on how many things you have going on, is going to
Mhm.
depend on how much time it takes. Just turn off the phone, give yourself a half an hour and see how far you get. And you've got people along the way to help you. We're right there at the chat.
So in case of assets, right? Say, for example, there's a house, and so do we upload the documents related to the house into the system, or am I just going to say that, okay, this is the address and this is the house that's on my name, or like how, like, do we actually provide all the legal documents belonging to the assets that we want to kind of include in the will?
Thank you for that question. So after you have done all the data entry, you've
Mm-hmm.
downloaded, you've printed, you've notarized. Now you're going to get a quitclaim deed. You can usually get that from eforms.com. I'm going to put that in our thing too, eforms.com. But it's called a quitclaim deed. Quitclaim deed. Um, there we go. Checking my work. There we go. Okay. So, or you can get one from me. I think I have every quitclaim deed on my hard drive that you can imagine. So you just get a quitclaim deed. You make an appointment with the county clerk, and all you're doing to go and fund your trust is you're going down to the county clerk and you're changing the name on the deed of your home. So, for example, my condominium was Jennifer Lynn Lewis, and now it's Lewis Family Revocable Living Trust. So when I pass away, my property is not going to be frozen. My assets won't be frozen. It's all going to be there for my family to move forward with.
Oh, God.
Thank you, Jennifer. I want to add the one more point,
Yes,
Vijaya.
please.
It's like, if you have all the your guardians, and if your kids are minor guardians details and executor details, like 5 to 8 people, you can collect all the information from your friends or relatives. If you have
Mm-hmm.
like first name, last name, date of birth, email ID, address. So you can fill up those information, and the other process couple of hours, like 2 hours. Maybe you can complete if you sit completely. Two,
Mm-hmm.
3 hours, you can fill it everything and to take the printout. We'll review who invited you. Like me, I invited you. So if a Konda friend invited, Konda will guide you everything. So
Mm-hmm.
he will review end of the session. So then he will can guide you where you can put the special bequest and these all the details. So roughly 2 to 4 hours you can. I mean, if you are seriously want to complete in one day, definitely you
Mm-hmm.
can complete and to take the printout and you notarize. We can notarize, then it's legally valid.
So another question I have is, so in terms of assets, say you've added another asset or you've sold something that you've already included in the will. So how do those adjustments will be taken care of? Like, do I keep on, who do I reach out in such a situation where I need to
No,
add
this is
something
a
or?
pack. Yeah, Vijay Garu, this is a package for wife and husband, the spouse. Okay, you can say that.
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's a family included. So you will get your login details, your email ID is the login detail and your password. So you
Mm-hmm.
can have access. So for example, if you have, you have two houses. One house your primary, second house you are selling. Okay.
Right.
So in
Mm-hmm.
any lifetime events happening, like if any new kid is born, so that time you need to add the details. And when you are selling the house, so you
Mm-hmm.
can selling the house, so buying the house you can add, selling the house you can remove later also, that's not a problem. But whenever you have assets adding, businesses adding, then you
Mm-hmm.
can go and you can log in and you can add the asset, then take the again new printout and again notary done, then
Mm-hmm.
as your will is done. Then trust, your assets needs to move the trust. You need to go to the county, as Jennifer
Mm-hmm.
given the suggestion, e-forms are quickly. Once the process step by step, we can go ahead. Then after
Mm-hmm.
you will assets will move to the trust. So this is easy, and easy means there's a process is there. We will guide you each and every step.
Okay.
So
And
if once you have your net law plan, if you were to buy a new house, and for an investment,
Mhm.
you when they ask you what name do you want on the deed, you just give them the name of your revocable living trust. Then you skip that whole quitclaim deed scenario down at the county clerk, because once that quitclaim deed is under the name of the trust, it's a revocable living trust. While you're living, of course, you're in charge of all your assets. It's when you pass away, it will go directly to the trust, so it's protected.
Okay. And so once this whole process is done, It's basically, I'm not sure of the details, but it's registered with whatever government authority. It has to be registered, saying that it's a valid will, and you will take care of that process.
No, we provide the software, and then that's why it's so affordable. We provide the software that's state specific always, and we
Mm-hmm.
provide the support, and then you do the legwork. So when you pass away, your trustee and your executor are going to open up a bank account. They're going to file your will with the probate court, which is going to stop probate immediately. It's going to show that you have a will and you have a trust. A will has always been public, and a trust has always been private. So in your Netlaw plan, everything is going to be moved into your trust for complete privacy.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much.
Thank
Oh,
you,
you're welcome.
Vijay.
Thank you for the questions.
Yeah, next Surya, then after Kashi. Surya, please go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi.
Thanks for a wonderful Lentus seminar. The thing is, right, here I have one question, right, especially in case of special need, right? Let's assume that one parent have one special need kid and one normal kid, okay?
Right.
Then do they need both special need trust and normal will and trust?
Yes, it's a bundle package. So that is a 1350 package. The regular trust is 600, and the special needs trust is 750. The special needs trust is going to protect the child's benefits, and the regular trust is going to gift the child any monies or any property or anything. That's how it's all they work together. They go hand in hand.
Yeah, it's work together, but the special need trust, you are going to help us, right?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I will be right here on the phone with you on a
Mm.
Zoom, on the phone, wherever you need me. I'll be there for you.
No, for a special need. Why? Because, right, I have seen like many such scenarios, but still they need normal will and trust and special need. Just what
They
is
do,
the
yes.
advantage of special need? As you said that only social security benefits the special need kid will get, or like how it is actually.
Right.
What is
So
the
if your
advantage?
child is getting Social Security disability insurance or Social Security, there are so many different programs that the government offers. So if there is when you pass away as a parent, if you leave more than $2,000 to the child's name, so instead of giving Johnny Smith anything in their name, you're giving it to the Special Needs Trust for Johnny Smith. This way, the benefits are never interrupted. That's the whole package of what our special needs trust does is it protects those benefits. So if the child's not getting benefits, you don't need the special needs trust yet. If it takes sometimes 18 to 22 months and maybe longer with this new administration to get approved. Once you're approved, you don't want those interrupted because they'll never get them back. And they need that medical, they need that dental, that healthcare, or whatever it is, the monetary, whatever it is that they've been approved for. We just don't want that interrupted.
Okay. Yeah. Is there any special document you can share with us?
I don't have anything prepared for you, but I can definitely send you all kinds of stuff. I can go ahead and send it to our wonderful hosts, and they can go ahead and share that with you as well.
Yeah, sure. I
Yeah,
can send the email, no problem. Okay. Okay. You
perfect.
can
Yep.
send it.
However you want to communicate, we're here to help.
Thank you,
Okay.
Jennifer,
Thank
and
you.
thank you, Surya.
Yeah.
Next, Kashi, please go ahead. After that, Trinath, you can ask the question.
Hi,
Kashi.
Hi, Jennifer. Just I was going to ask is what about the properties that are located outside the United States? Can they be included in the will and trust?
You may put them in the additional property section. So you have your primary house in the United States, and then you have additional real estate. It's an asset. We encourage you, if you've got property back home, definitely put it in there. You cannot move that international property into a U.S. trust. There's different rules for international, blah, blah, blah. So you can't move that into the special or into the um, into your trust because it's international and there's different rules. But we're educating your family as to how you want that property divided. You might want it to go, maybe you don't want your kids to have it. Maybe you want your first cousin to have it. However it is that however you want to divide that property, you're making that known to your family.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you, Kashi. And now, Trinath, please go ahead.
And thank you. Actually, Vijay asked my same question. I want to see, how do you append any modifications that you have in the will?
Okay, thank you, Trina.
Thank you.
Sajan, yeah, please go ahead now. You have any other questions, please go ahead. And any other people, please raise your hand or just unmute yourself and talk also.
No, I'm good. No, I'm good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sojan. Hi, Anita.
Oh, hi. I have a question now. Two sections in the question. The first section is, I'm a house owner, so my child has become now 18 years of age. So, do you help in adding the name to as a owner once I pass away for the child? And the second is, what is more important? Like, in the sense, if I put the house in a will, does it still go through the probate, or it doesn't go through the probate? That's what I've heard. Even if it's a will, it goes through a probate. Is
Yes,
that true?
if you only have a will, it does go to probate. There's no protection. You have a will, but the rule is you have to have all your debts paid first. And without that trustee working for you, calling your creditors and getting these things written off, then the family's losing more and more and more money. The trustee works for the family. They're trying to get back as much, you know, get as much for the family as possible.
So you're
So,
saying that put the house under a trust rather than a will. Is that what I
well,
understand?
with the Netlaw plan, you get both. You'll get the will and you'll get the trust.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And what you do is you add all the people that are going to receive something after you pass away. So, for instance, if you and your husband own a house and you pass away, then the house is going to go to your husband. You can, if it's a joint property, or if it's only owned by you, you can give it to the husband first. You can skip the husband and give it right to the kids. You can do anything you want. There's so many different ways so the Netlaw plan is going to work for you. However you answer the questions is going to prompt the next things that you'll need.
Okay.
You can divide one asset between, 100 people at everybody 1%. It's however you want to do it. And I do encourage you folks, after you've got your Netlaw plan done, it is a DIY plan, but I've been here a really long time. This is your family. This is your home. This is the most important thing to your whole world. And we get that. I would like to spend 15 minutes with you so that we can do a quick review. I call it an accuracy review. We do them all day long, just making sure. Actually, I'm the only one that does them, but connect with me or connect with your wonderful host here, and we'll set up something so that we can do a review. And that way you'll have all your questions answered. You'll have more questions that'll come up as you go through things, so we can go through everything together so that you're, completely satisfied.
Oh, thank you. I never knew if you had a will, it goes through probate. So that was my
Yes,
question.
correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
John, I have another question. So how do you tag properties that are shared? Like, you kind of put it through an LLC or something like that. Much as your house, you tag all that information also into the will and trust.
Yes. And if you have an LLC or a business, you can absolutely put that in the Netlaw plan as well.
No,
Um,
an investment done into an LLC, like, it's a couple of friends, got together, bought a
Perfect.
property.
Perfect. So let's say that you have bought a house with 4 friends. So you've got 25% stake in a property. Because you are in an LLC, we've got a list of things that you would do with an LLC, getting permission from them. Basically, what you're doing is you're requesting permission for your name to be changed to the name of your trust. That's how you're, putting your LLC property into your trust.
Okay.
And there's no minimum or maximum of how many properties you put in there. Put as many in there as you want.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I'm sure that you guys are going to have more questions, more thoughts that come up after we hang up, because that's usually how it works. But we're here to answer all your questions. You guys could not have asked for better people to be helping you. These gentlemen know their stuff. Conda or Vilas, do you have a Netlaw plan that you already have a Netlaw plan that you can just share what it looks like? Since I don't have anything pulled up, I just don't want to waste anybody's time.
Sure,
If you've got
definitely.
one that you can share, just so that people can see what the plan looks like.
Sure, definitely. Yeah,
Thank you
everyone,
very much.
are you able to see the screen here?
Yes.
So here, prepare your family legacy. Just I will go highlight as already Jennifer discussed most of the things. Still, if you have any questions, we can go ahead. So here, last will come and a revocable. There is a revocable and irrevocable is there. We are going for revocable. So there is a definition. Irrevocable, you cannot irrevocable. Okay. So revocable means you can change as any time, any modifications you need. We can do that revocable. And we are adding one more, three more actually. Power of attorney, we are giving the power of attorney document also in this one. So you know most of the people power of attorney behalf of you can give it to some other. So we recommend your spouse especially, and if you know any trusted family member or best friend, because if you are not there also, if you are out of country, then someone can want to sell the car or any house or anything, so you can give the power of attorney. There is a healthcare surrogate designation, so you can represent name of the person. Healthcare decisions can take if any incapacitated. So that is called healthcare power of attorney. So we are adding this the same name as a IPA authorization. So living will declaration will be there. So there are 10 questions are there. If you are able to see this 10 questions, we'll go for quick quiz. If any question is saying no for you, please reach out who are invited in this webinar. I mean, for example, my friends or Surya or Konda, some other parent. So you can reach out to us. We'll help you. So this is generally package is a $600 for Will and Trust. If any kids has a special kit, there is a separately 750. As I already Jennifer mentioned the most of the things. So we will once taken the package, you need to send the first name and the last name, your email ID and phone number. We'll send the package to your email and phone number, and we will sit with you in the Zoom session. We will guide you everything, how to fill and how to apply the process and everything. We'll explain each and everything. We'll guide you, and once you're done, so we'll find once you've done the review and all the filling the executors, guardians, you need at least 5 to 6 people. We recommend 5 to 8 people. If you more friends, more relatives are there, you need to keep some of your friends as a guardians, and you can add your parents, in-laws in from India or a local, and your friends, your best well-wishers, you can say, and your neighbors, immediate neighbor, 1 or 2 neighbors is important. If anything happen for both parents at a time, for some fire accident or anything, so the cops will come, they knock the next door, they will ask, you have a guardianship form, then the kids will hand over to the neighbor. If you don't have, they will take to the foster care. You know, foster care means we can
Yeah,
say,
they'll go to Child Protective Services first before they would go directly into foster care. And, they do the best job they can there, but you definitely don't want your kids in Child Protective Services if you can help it. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, no, thank you. So these are all the questions here. If you just read these questions, you will get. I will share this information. Just a message your who invited them in WhatsApp or email. Will send this document. So these are all the 10 questions. If any question is one question, okay, one is a no. So then you need to contact them. So I hope you read these
Perfect.
questions, and yeah, if any other questions, feel free to contact us. And there is these all things I explained. There's a pet trust is there. If you have any pet is there, it is also pet trust is included in this package, and healthcare directivities, and this is a package already included this. Pre-spouse plan. Please remember this applicable for wife and
Yes.
husband, spouse. Okay, and the special needs is a separate cost 750, and the regular will and trust is a $600. Who invited, you can ask them. Maybe they can sometimes they give the some of the discount for your how you close your invitee. So they can give the 10% to 20% discount on that. So
Thank
yeah.
you.
And who invited, please convey to thanks to your friend. And this is my details. And who invited, just contact them. So I'm a certified financial professional, and we do wealth buildings, will and trust. So now Jennifer is given the information. If any life insurance or tax saving benefits or any 401k rollover, so we will help you on this. So if anyone want to join the business opportunity, like you want help to other people, your family, friends, anything, we have a business opportunity also. Thank you. And this is information. So this is a banner for that. Yeah. My contact details in the below, and who invited say to thank you, and a special thanks to you especially because you joined means that is for your family because holiday session and you all joined here. So special thanks to each and everyone. And thank you, Jennifer, and thank you, Konda. And Surya is raising hand. Please, Surya, please go ahead.
Yeah, hi Jennifer. I have one question.
Yes.
Yeah, the thing is, right? I did not get one point. You said that, for example, I have one question. Let's say that there is a 401k. Okay. 401k and bank accounts, everything will have, maybe I have 401k, maybe I have life insurance. Okay. In
Okay.
general terms, if I have 401k or life insurance, it's for family. No creditors can come to those assets, right? Normally. But if I keep on will and trust, then on the trust, they can touch, or it is still they cannot touch. Only my family can access. How it is?
Thank you for that question. That's a brilliant question. Your life insurance, your 401k, your IRA, additional burial expenses, these are not typically probate assets. They're going to go to your family. Again, though, they do have to have all of their debt paid first, so it might be less depending on the state of affairs that you leave. If you have a lot of money in the bank or if you don't have any money, I mean, if you have a good trustee, they're going to get the whole thing wiped clean as best they can. So that's the idea. Those are going to go to your beneficiaries. Absolutely.
Even on the trust and even indirect, in same way it will work. That's what you are saying.
Even without a trust.
No, with trust. Let's assume that my question is, I know without trust also it will go for beneficiary, but my question is, which one is better for me? For example, let's say that I have some debts. Okay, debtors I have maybe some amount, maybe 200 or 300, 400. I have some amount. Maybe I have 100k, 401k. Let's say that to 300 insurance. Then generally I have 300 credit and 300 life insurance and whatever it is 401k, right? If I keep on the trust, they will ask creditors can access that money or they cannot access still. How it is? Once I passed away.
Conda, do you want to take that, or Vilas, do you want to take that?
Surya, could you please repeat the question?
My question is, let's assume that one scenario is I don't have will and trust.
Right.
I have maybe 200k insurance and 100k 401k.
Right.
Total 300. Okay.
Right.
Then if I passed away, my beneficiary will get, even I have will and trust or not. Since these are not named, we can have named beneficiaries, my family is getting.
Right.
If I move these assets to the trust, scenario 2 is I have will and trust. I moved these 401k and life insurance onto the trust. Then if I passed away, I have 300k credit, maybe something loans or personal loan, whatever it is. Okay. Then in that scenario, how it will work? Creditors will come first access that money or they cannot access. Why? Because 401k and life insurance, normally it is intended for family, beneficiary, not for creditors. It will protect from creditor or not? That's what my question.
Good question. Maybe I will check and get back to you. But as per my knowledge, trust will protect these all things. Creditors cannot come to the trust and everything. But again, I need to find out the question.
Yeah, thank you for taking that question, because I'm only trained on if you have them well in trust, these are your benefits. I don't know what the downside is other than your assets are frozen, you're losing your money, you're losing everything. That's one side of the teeter-totter to the other. It's totally different when you have a trust. Everything is protected. Your creditors cannot go after your money because you have a trustee that's going to pay them. So they're going to call that creditor and they're going to let them know, I have the death certificate. Can you write this bill off? And they get such a nice credit, with their company. That's why it's very beneficial, and that's why people will do it. They're not writing the credit off to you because they're nice, I promise you. They're writing it off because it's beneficial to their company.
I know the assets will whatever, for example, house is there, some assets are there, that for sure for the trust will protect you. But 401k and this one, I need to check and I will get back to you, Surya.
Yeah, no problem.
Do you have any other questions, team,
No,
before
I'm good.
closing? Yeah, thank you, Surya. Any other questions, team?
If no one has any other questions, I do want to share one more quick thing.
Sure.
If I can get it pulled up here real
I
quick.
think Usha is asking some question. Usha, please go
Oh,
ahead.
yes, please.
No, please go ahead.
Thank you, Jennifer, for the wonderful seminar. It is very helpful.
Oh, you're welcome.
So yeah, just my question is, let's say if there are minor children and if something happens to the parents, how does the guardianship work if the appointed guardian like lives in another country? Like who will contact them?
So if you have only people that are going to be out of the country to be guardians, you try to find someone that is local. It's typically not well, right now with everything with kind of immigration things a little crazy, some people aren't able to come here and get the kids. So you would nominate someone that is close by, a neighbor, a friend, someone from your church or your work that will agree to be able to get the children packed up and get them on the plane. They'll have the guardianship paper. They'll put the children on the plane where a flight attendant will take care of them the entire time. And then that person that's in charge of the children will walk the children out to the new person, and that person will present the Netlaw paperwork, the guardianship paperwork, so that they can receive the children. So that's why it's important for everybody that you've nominated as a caregiver to have that paperwork, because you don't know where they're going to, when you pass away, there might have been someone that was in the car with you that was nominated. So you just don't know. You're just making sure that everybody is aware, and that person will get the children packed and off to the thing.
Okay, but in the worst case, let's say if we don't have anyone here, right? Like
Worst case scenario,
mhm.
I
Usha, I will try to
thank you,
answer.
Vilas. Go
Jennifer.
ahead.
Yeah. See, I mean, if I'm correct me if I'm listen the question. If anything happen, you mentioned the guardian name, so that's
Yeah.
why we recommend. That's why we want to work with you when you take the this Netlaw package with us. So we'll guide you in the Zoom session. So we recommend you need to add guardians like 5 to 6 people, more people. Like one is immediate neighbor or at least 1-2 miles, your friend or your relative or anything, at least the friend. So if you have that friend is neighbor is not available, so that's why you can add local people, 2-3 people,
Could
and
be a temporary, yeah.
other
Sorry.
relatives or friends you can add 4-5 people more. And again, you need to add your parents or your in-laws. I mean, end of the day, you are out of country, right? We need to take
Yes.
the kids to them. So you need to write the guardian name. So we can suggest the main guardian and the successor guardians. We can suggest the like you keep to 5 to 8 people. So if one is not available, or you move to the another state, or your neighbor, you when you mention the name after 5 years or 10 years, they move to another state. So that's why we recommend to use more names. So that time, as I mentioned earlier, if anything happen, bad situation or any fire accident or any things, bad situation. So the cops will come, they will ask the neighbor who is available. Hey, do you know anyone or any guardianship? So that time we will go volunteer. Hey, I'm the guardian for this family or these kids and everything. Then after everything goes done, then the trust will come in the picture. The time executor and trustee will in the picture. So these are the scenarios. We'll. Is it correct? Did you get it, Usha, or you want some more information?
Yeah, I got it. But let's say if the neighbor is not included and if a friend or someone else is there in a nearby place, so will like cops or someone else get the contact from the will that we have provided?
So
No.
typically, I'm going to grab this real quick. Typically, every parent I know has some emergency contact numbers on their refrigerator. That's probably the first place that the policemen always look is
Oh.
what's on the refrigerator. That seems to be the central hub in America where people will put their emergency contact details. There's 1,000 scenarios that we could come up with of what this, what that. So we're just hoping that everybody's going to do their job proper. I want to make sure that I've shown this to you really, really quickly. This is the Netlaw plan. So you would just enter your details. You're just going through there, and you're just entering all your details. You're adding all your family and contacts by this little button right here. Then you go to your Smart Guide interview where you begin filling out your trust. And this is my mock, I guess, one I use sometimes. I'm a widow, so I don't have a husband, but I did this so that I would have a husband so that I can troubleshoot things. But you're just going to go through and you're just going to ask these questions. If you're doing a joint or a single trust, that's the first question that's asked. So you're just going to go through there and you're just going to go in and add the people that are going to be, doing those things for you. I was trying to turn the page, but it won't turn on this screen share here. So you've got all these different categories. There we go. You can see it now. So you would just pick the person. You just put a check mark by their name. It's so streamlined. You just go back through and you just add these people. You have your healthcare documents, you have your financial power of attorney, your pet trust, and then your vault, which is your My Files, where everything is going to be populated. This mock one needs to be updated, I guess. It's getting a little older, but I wanted you to be able to actually see the Netlaw plan. And I can move this picture. Here's the chat right there in the upper right-hand corner. You can always go to the chat at any time and you just send us a message. Maybe you'd like to see a demo video. There you go. You just click, I'd like to see a demo video, and then it's going to put it right there. There we go. Don't let me down, chat. And you just click here to watch the video. It's going to play a video for you on how to walk you right through the plan. And as you're going through things, if you need more help, you just let us know. You just go through and you can speak with a representative. So if you need to speak with somebody, I was not happy with the bots when they first said they were adding them, but now I see how helpful they are. So there are a lot of questions that the bots can answer, but if you need a live person and you don't want a bot, you just click on join, speak with representative. We're right here to help you. 8:30 to 8:30, Monday through Friday.
Yeah. Got it.
Thank you
for
all
that.
so very much. I appreciate all your questions.
Yeah, Jennifer doesn't have minor kids, so that's why the guardianship is not a pop-up. But when you give this Netlaw is a software such a way, if the minor kids are there, it will pop up the guardian and who is the successor guardian and everything. Then after, if the kids are major, more than above 18 years, then you can keep them as a trustee, executor, and beneficiary. So, and when you move from right now you are in New Jersey, tomorrow you move to the Texas or another state. When you change your primary address, the automatically Netlaw will update all the document. Then again, you need to save that, then take the printout and notarize. So then it is apply for that state rules and regulations when your primary home moved. Okay.
Thank you.
And
Great questions, everybody. Thank you so very, very much. I hope you all had a beautiful holiday and enjoy your Happy New Year coming up. Let us know how we can be of service to you, okay?
Thank you so much, Jennifer, and thank you all the participants. And feel free to contact who invited you. Please send a message and please buy from them so you can reach out to them. And thank you, and good night and happy holidays, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vilas.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.